the first time, I'm using an app called Haps. Haps, it allows you to broadcast on different social medias. So please download the app and give me a follow. My username is Aidan Leeds. If you're watching on any other social media, you might be watching this in the future. So we're going to show you how to make crumpets today. This is the first ever time I've made this recipe, but I should also tell you that the actual brand of crumpets that is very, very popular here in the UK is a brand called Warburton's, and they released their recipe last year throughout lockdown. So this is what we're going to be achieving, hopefully. And you're going to need several tools to be able to make this. So I'll show you the tools that you're going to need first, and then I'll show you what ingredients you need. So I'm just going to, because I'm using Haps, that allows me to read messages from people who are watching me live. So if you are watching this on YouTube, then that's the reason why I keep checking the messages. Okay, so download the Haps app, and you also get some free coins which you can give to your favorite broadcasters, and you can buy coins as well, and that supports people's work online, and I think it's just a great initiative. So I'm just going to give a few shout outs to people who are watching. We've got D watching, and there'll be some others joining me as well, because this is a recipe that I tried to do this a couple of weeks ago, but what happened was I didn't have the yeast, which is what you need to make these crumpets. Now you can buy yeast. I'm going to tell you a little story actually. Yeast you can buy, but in the UK, because it's classed as a living organism, you can actually get it for free. So go to your baker in the baker section of your supermarket, and because it's a living organism, they can't technically sell the stuff that they use in the actual baker when they make their bread. So you can actually go and get live yeast, which you can use straight away from your baker for free. So a little tip for you there. So the tools you're going to need then, you're going to need a bowl. I will bring you down shortly in a moment. You're going to need a non-stick pan. I'm going to use a really small pan. You're going to also need, if you have these, a round crumpet or cookie cutters. So you can use anything that you can use in a pan, because we're going to place these in the pan like this, as you can see, and then we'll be buttering this as well, and then we're going to put in the mixture. You're going to need a ladle, okay, a ladle, because one of these is the amount you're going to need for the actual crumpet. Okay, I don't know the actual measurement of that, but it's called a ladle, or a ladle. Yeah. Yes, we're doing crumpets, D. So hopefully you can all go make these. Now I wasn't sure whether to mention it or not, but a lot of people make things for breakfast, and in the UK you can easily go and buy crumpets, and they're really cheap. They're really reasonable. And they are really nice. You put them in the toaster. You can put butter on them. People have them with other things now as well for breakfast. They're really, really tasty. And but I thought it would be really nice to make them and show you how to make them. I've never made these before, because this is the actual recipe that is actually the ones that everybody buys in the UK get. You know, you can buy their own brands, but this is Warburton brand's recipe that they released. It doesn't actually ask for any milk. I'll show you what you're going to need then for the ingredients. So we're going to weigh out 150 grams of plain white flour. Okay, you want 200 milliliters of water. So there's no milk in this, which I was quite surprised about. You need half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of sugar. So that's just normal sugar, granulated sugar. British sugar, if you have British sugar, go and get that. 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of dried yeast. Okay, so if we're all ready, we're going to make a start. Also, remember to give each other a follow if you're watching this on Haps. If you're watching on Periscope, unfortunately that's coming to an end soon, so it probably will be finished by the time people watch this on YouTube in the future. So we'll come and download the Haps app, okay? And we're going to make a start. Hello, Linda. Funny enough, we just had crumpets for breakfast. Did you? Did you make them fresh, or did you buy them from a supermarket? Because I'm going to show you how to make them. So here we go then, guys. I'm going to spin you around, bring you down. Hopefully the connection will stay okay. Okay, so the first thing, let me know how the connection is, by the way. Usually it's okay on replay, but if I need to bring you forward, I will, just to get a good connection. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is weigh out our flour. So I've got some scales here. I think this goes, this goes straight into a mixing bowl. So you can put your mixing bowl straight on. Just change my units because it's changed, and restart. Okay, and you want 150 grams of plain flour. So let's pour this in. A little bit more, and I'm not sure how many this is going to make. I think it could make quite a few, this mixture. Okay, now I want to be precise with this because I've never made these before. I don't want to put too much flour in. Make sure your measurements are exactly, there you go, perfect, 150. So we've got 150 grams of plain flour. You cheated and bought them. This is the thing. This is why I thought I want to learn how to make something different. So you can maybe do these yourself, and you don't need to then go to the supermarket and buy them. How are you? I'm good. I'm really good. I'm really positive today. I'm going to be coming live again later on today, doing some carrot cookies with Anne Rush. So make sure to follow her as well on Haps, because she does lots of other recipes, as well as Alexis as well, Pamper Chef Alexis. Make sure to follow her too, and Swift Beats. There you go. I could just name everybody, but they're just the people at the moment who are doing quite a lot of videos. Okay, so 150 grams of plain flour. We're going to add in 200 milliliters of water. Now, I don't think it really matters about the temperature of the water. I think it's cold water. Try it. So let me just get a jug a second, and let's weigh this out. You have 200 milliliters of water. So just normal cold water. Okay, and what we're going to do is, so we're going to add the water, and then we're going to add some salt. Let me just take this off. Now I usually see people making these sort of things on TV. I've never made them myself. So let's add in the water then. So we're going to add 200 milliliters of water into that plain flour, just like that. Okay. We're now going to add in some salt. Now, salt, you want half a teaspoon of salt. So just put a little bit of salt in. That'll do. Half a teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to mix vigorously with a whisk until your arm aches, because we need to actually let this set. So can you all see that, everybody? Hopefully you can all see that. So we're going to whisk this up. So we've got 200 milliliters of water and 150 grams of plain flour. So we need to whisk this until your arm aches. If you've got a whisker or a blender, use that. So we're going to whisk this. It needs to be whisked up really well. It's quite a stiff mixture. Look at that. So it says for a good 5 minutes until your arm aches. I suppose what you could also do is, with the plain flour, is pass it through a sieve before you add the water. So when you put it into the bowl, my arm's aching already. But I'm going to do this for a good 5 minutes. So if someone's got a timer, this is where I need my own voice assistant. My arm is aching already. So we're mixing it first for 5 minutes to create the crumpet batter, and then we're going to add in the yeast. So it's sort of similar to when you're making a hot chocolate. Do you know the best hot chocolate when you make hot chocolate is add your cocoa powder in first? obviously, and then you add a little bit of milk to create a sort of like paste. This is sort of like what you're doing first, is you're letting all the air get into the mixture. Hopefully you can all see that, guys. So far, as I say, it's just plain flour and water with salt. I'm just wondering how. So this is, it's going to make 6, by the way. 6 crumpets is this. It's hurting my arm. Got to keep going for it. So just give me a thumbs up, everybody, if you can just hear me in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, I'd love if you put a comment in the box. I will get the notification at some point. It'd be really good to see your crumpets as well if you're making them. We could maybe do a crumpet challenge. So you see me do a lot of Yorkshire puddings and things like that. As I say, this has got no milk in. You probably could make it with milk if you wanted to, depending on how they turn out. Maybe almond milk or coconut milk. Maybe try different. But this is just the basic recipe that I want to try. Yes, we're going to be doing them in a frying pan. So this is what we're going to be putting them into. Little crumpet holders. So keep whisking them. If you've got a whisker, and you know. This is the worst part of being a chef. You know, when you love food so much and you're cooking, this is the worst part, is the whisking by hand. But it shows your determination as to the food that you're making. I'm going to keep going for another 2 or 3 more minutes. Imagine you're doing, you could actually put it into a smoothie blender if you wanted to. Maybe I should put it in my smoothie blender next time. We'll see how these turn out first. Whenever I'm making whipped cream now, I put it into a smoothie blender. It whisks up really fast. So, you know, definitely do that. Hello, John. Good morning. Let me know if you've ever had crumpets before. This is a first for me. These could go really well or they could go completely wrong. But I'm making sure I follow the recipe exactly to the measurements and to what it says. So they only released this recipe last year, and these are the most popular crumpets that you can buy. Keep stirring it. It's very, very stiff. I'm talking about the ingredients, by the way. So really get in there. Oh, we'll just have a few seconds. Keep an eye on Aldi online. I treated myself to a stand mixer when it was reduced. Oh, I might do that, Linda. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Aldi do sell some really good stuff. But this is the thing, there are a lot of supermarkets. They could match Aldi, you know, in terms of their prices. You know, you see a lot of, we're sort of living in an age now, I think, in 2021, even though we're still in lockdown, we live in an age, if you're watching this in the future, where, you know, a lot of things we have, you know, you can get pretty reasonable, pretty cheap, and it's good quality stuff as well. But eventually, I think in the future, you'll see a lot of products, they all merge into one, don't they, like the iPhone did, where you've got your camera and all the games, console and phone and all your apps. Sorry guys, I know I keep doing this for ages, but it's got to be, I've got to do it for at least 5 minutes. So every time I stop, it's like each one's like 15 seconds. Or thereabouts. And also as well, Amazon as well, they sell really a lot of stuff, don't they? Okay, I think we're all right with that. Just going to do it a few more times, And then what we're going to do next is we're going to mix in a few milliliters of water into the dried yeast. So let me just do this again. So you might be, listen, if you're watching this around the world and you've never had crumpets before, hopefully these are going to turn out really well. But you could add this to your menu and do this as a breakfast dish yourself. And you know, as Brits, we'd love them. We'd be like, you do fresh crumpets? We'd be like, wow. In the US, we call them English muffins. Yeah, you call them English muffins. Well, they're called crumpets. They're crumpets over here, guys. So we've got some dried yeast now. I'm just wondering how much to use. So I'm going to have to use another bowl, I think, for this dried yeast. Okay, I'm going to put that to one side. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is the yeast. So this is the learning curve for me as well, because I don't really ever use yeast. So we're going to get another small bowl. Should say another small bowl. We're going to mix a few milliliters of water into the dried yeast. Now on the back of this box it says, in a large bowl mix together flour, salt, rub in the butter. Oh, that's to make bread. There's actually a good bread recipe on here I might use. So it says usually for this. That's for kneading. So we want, I don't know how much yeast you need. It says you need 1 teaspoon of dried yeast. Now that's weird because when I made the bread that time, it never actually worked the yeast. Maybe I needed to. So this says water, but I don't know if it needs to be a sort of, like a warm temperature for it to work. But we're going to go off the recipe anyway. So let me just get my scissors, because we're going to weigh this out. No. So you want 1 teaspoon of yeast. So hopefully, I actually have some proper. Where's my proper? Got some proper teaspoons here. So let's go exactly off the measurement. So 1 teaspoon. Let's take this off. So hopefully you're doing this. Not if you're doing it live, then or on the replay, you're hopefully doing this in real time. So we've got a teaspoon. I could have just got a normal teaspoon. And we're going to add this into the bowl. So this is what yeast looks like. Can you all see that, everybody? I don't think I had enough yeast last time. So you want 1 teaspoon. Make sure exactly I've got enough. Oops. Okay. Just level that off. So we've got 1 teaspoon of yeast. Okay. Hello, Weasel. Okay, not Alexis, no. If Alexis is here, I thought Crumpet was a hot British girl. So we're going to add that into the bowl. Okay. So I'll put my yeast to one side. I'll put it back in the box. If anybody's got any tips of how to store yeast once it's been opened, do let me know. And we're going to add a few milliliters of water to the dried yeast. So a few milliliters of water. Just a little bit. There we go. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to add some sugar, baking powder, and the yeast mixture to the bowl. So I don't know if you're meant to just stir that or not. The same. And let me just put that to one. I can smell that. That's strong. Okay, we're going to add in. So add in the sugar, baking powder, and the yeast mixture to the bowl. So let's add in the sugar next. So you want half a teaspoon of sugar. Oops. Get my other little teaspoon out. So half a teaspoon of sugar. into the mixture. Usually say don't mix salt and yeast together. That's probably why we've kept it separate for the moment. And we need some baking powder. So 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So in that goes. And then we need the dried yeast mixture. So I don't know if you need to really stir that in together, but let me just add a little bit more water, just so it coats the bottom. So this is the yeast mixture. I'm not sure if you meant to stir it or not, but hopefully you can all see that. We're going to add this in as well. I think that's right. Let's get all that out. So we've added the yeast and just wash that. I don't want too much yeast everywhere. And then next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix for another 30 seconds. So let's mix all this in. So it's kind of like you're doing the yeast separate to the mix. Hopefully you can see this. So mix for another 30 seconds. You have a clear batter and your arms ache even more. So let's whisk this in for 30 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is something new for me. I've never made these before. But hopefully you can learn something from this today and make these. As I say, maybe try it with almond milk instead of water. So remember to share out, guys, like and follow, because I'll never, if these work out, this is the first time doing crumpets. Whenever a lot of people think of England, they think of crumpets. So you can go and make these yourself. But they should turn out okay. That's longer than 30 seconds, okay? And then next thing we're going to do is cover the mixing bowl and put into a warm place for 15 minutes. So it means I can have time to, I'm going to get a tea towel. Let's do the old-fashioned way. In fact, let me know if you, it says just keep in a warm place, so I don't need to put any, I'm going to put a tea towel over it like I do with my Yorkshire puddings. I'm going to put them to one side, and we need to just check the timer. So it's just gone half past the hour. So 5, 10, 15, about, I go for 5 to the hour. So let me lift you up. So I'm going to now be on, I'm going to have to wait for about 15 minutes. Glad you're stepping out of the comfort zone. I know it's mad, isn't it? This is what cooking's all about, though. It's about trying different things and doing something where you know foods that you buy. It's always so much better to make it yourself at home, and it might be something you like, and you can maybe make them yourself. And the more you make stuff, the easier it becomes. You start to adapt the recipe, and you know. Yeah, I think it's just great. And if there's anybody else out there who loves cooking and would like to cook live, and you might be thinking, oh, I don't want to do it live. You know, I'm used to my own way of working. I'll get a bit confused, or, you know, nobody's judging. It's not a competition. It's no one's judging. We're here making food, sharing recipes, making friends. So if you'd love to ever make something live, you know, you don't even have to cook live. You could just come on and watch. You know, and then maybe build up your confidence more to be able to try something. You might have one of the best recipes in the world that could make you fortunes. You know, like the old recipes that people pass down through generations. I'm thinking of that sort of thing. So I'm just going to tidy up slightly. I'm going to make a coffee, and then then the next stage will be making the crumpets. So it is a bit of a, you will get quicker at making them. I will get quicker at making these. But as I say, I just wanted to make sure the recipe was correct, and I followed everything first. So as we get quicker, usually by the time after 15 minutes, the pan should be nice and hot, and then we can get going with them. We'll start to make them. How's the connection, everybody? One second, everybody. Are we all good? Let me bring you forward. Did the connection just go off then for a moment? Hopefully you heard what I said. Start to tidy up a little bit. As I said, this is the yeast that you get. I might have to have a go at making some bread another day. So if you've got a really good bread recipe, send it to me, please, because I'd love to go. I can actually make bread now because I have the actual orange pot to make it with. So it's going to be about 10 minutes, guys, before we start doing the crumpets. So if you're watching this, you could come off, go off and do something else and come back in 10 minutes. Or you could stay with me. We're going to have a cheeky game of I Spy. If you don't know what I Spy is, I want you to, in the box, put a place where you would like to travel to. So it can be absolutely anywhere in the world. It could be even out of this world. And I will think of something and then we'll jet off somewhere. So let me know in the box where you would like to go. In fact, let's start. We're going to head to Alexis's. Would it be? What did I spy in Alexis's house? What did I spy in Alexis's house? So now it's up to you to guess Alexis's house. You've probably already guessed what it is. What did I spy in Alexis's house? So put in the comments what you think I spied in Alexis's house. And hopefully the connection's all right. Let me just move this out of the way. I'm going to actually be on 3 times today. So I'm doing this. Well, I'm not going to end this broadcast. We're going to go straight into the crumpets, eat the crumpets, and then what we're going to do then is I'll be coming on at 3:30 UK time with Anne, doing some carrot cookies. I keep saying muffins because she made muffins the first time, and then I'll be on later on tonight doing a Thai basil pork. So lots of treats and things. So can you all hear me, guys? Let me bring this forward a bit more. So doll, Linda says doll. So we're in Alexis's kitchen. What did I spy in Alexis's kitchen? It wasn't a doll, no. What did I spy in Alexis's kitchen? We did this with Anne as well the other day, and she didn't guess what it was. So Alexis says the hummingbird feeder. Nope, it wasn't the hummingbird feeder. It wasn't Pampered Chef, no. Although you're close. D. Vitsy says you spied Alexis in Alexis. And no, it wasn't Alexis. It wasn't Alexis. Keep guessing, guys. Keep guessing. The Pampered Chef Light. No, it wasn't Pampered Chef Light. But that's a good shout, though. That's a good shout. Now, what I would usually do, we've got a few people watching this, so I can see who's actually watching live. But usually what we do is I write it down on a piece of paper. Now, I already know what I've got, and you're probably thinking, oh, you're probably going to change what you're thinking of. I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. I know exactly what I'm thinking of, and I think I'm surprised. I think Alexis is going to get it first, actually. So we did this. We did it with Alexis. We did it with Anne. It was on the broadcast. You know the one I sent you, the 250 video, because we got halfway through, and I thought, what could we do instead? That was a Skype. It wasn't the tripod. No. Keep guessing. Keep guessing. You've got at least 10 minutes to guess. The utensil holder. Nope, it wasn't the utensil holder. Keep guessing, everybody. Pampered Chef grill or griddle machine. Nope, wasn't that. You're getting warm. You're getting close. You're getting close. If you would you like a clue? Would you like a clue? Have a think. Okay, your clue is it's something that Alexis might use every day. It's something Alexis uses every day. A trivet? No, it's not the trivet. I've got you all thinking now. Keep guessing, guys. And remember, it's not the first person to answer correctly. It'll be the 5th correct answer. So I won't reveal what the answer is on the screen, but I can only reveal what it wasn't and if somebody's got it correct. Nobody's got it correct yet, though. Flexible mats? No, it wasn't the flex. You're getting close, Alexis, though. You're getting really close. You're getting really warm. Pampered Chef skillet? No, it wasn't a skillet. Remember, all these you can actually buy from Alexis, by the way. All these things that everyone's saying, you can actually buy them. Just get in touch with Alexis for them. But nobody's got the correct answer yet. Come on, guys, keep guessing. What does Alexis use every day? Or most days? Maybe not every day, I shouldn't, but most days. I'm ready for some coffee. An apron? No, not an apron. Would you like another clue? Would you like another clue? We've got about 10 minutes, just under 10 minutes before the mixture should be ready. Something Alexis uses every day. Okay, I'll give you a clue then. Eyeglasses, not eyeglasses, no. A clue. If Alexis didn't use this, she probably would be a little bit. She would be a little bit out of place. Maybe not out of place. Maybe a bit of. How can I describe it? Trying to say it the best way I can. If Alexis didn't use what I'm thinking of, things wouldn't be correct. There you go. That's a clue. It's not a coffee machine, no. Keep guessing. So that's your clue. If Alexis didn't use this, she might be a little bit. She wouldn't be as correct. There's your clue. What am I thinking of? What did I spy in Alexis' kitchen? Whiskey, no. It's not the bourbon whiskey, no. But good answer though. A recipe book, no. But you're getting close, kind of. And it's something that Alexis uses. Definitely the eyeglasses. No, can't. No, sorry, Alexis. No, it's not that one. This game sort of reminds me of a TV show we have in the UK. You might have seen it in the US before. It's called Through the Keyhole, where somebody goes into somebody's house and like finds stuff. Well, not really find stuff, but they have to guess who the celebrity is. Apron, no. Recipes, no. You're getting kind of close. It's something you. Oh, Alexis, you're getting close. Now you're getting really close. It's not the scales, no, but you're getting warm. You're very warm, in fact, but not close enough. Right, somebody said the correct answer. Okay, I can't reveal who said the answer, but you've got to all keep guessing. Somebody has said the correct answer, but I'm looking for the 6th correct answer now. So somebody has said the correct answer, but I'm looking for the 6th correct answer. Okay, who's going to get the points? So this is what we play the game. It's you might have the correct answer. Somebody said it, but it's the 6th correct answer I'm looking for. So it's not the quick slicer, no, it's not the coffee cup. Okay, second person said the correct answer. I'm looking for the sixth correct answer. Who's going to get the points? So it's not the quick slicer. Somebody has said the points. Somebody has said the correct answer. I'm looking for the sixth correct answer. So you can put the answer in again if you want to. If you've said it already and you think that's the correct answer. It's not a mixing bowl, no. So it's more fun when there's more people. Oh, we've got a third correct answer, but I'm looking for the sixth correct answer. So you can put the answer in again if you want, if you know the answer. Okay, so 3 people have got it right so far, but I'm looking for the sixth correct answer on the screen. So who's going to get the points? There might be a bit of a delay. Who's going to get the points? Everyone's going to put in their mess. Everyone's going to put. Okay, fourth correct answer. Oh no, sorry, not the fourth correct answer. No, still on the third correct answer. Fourth correct answer. Come on, you've got to read through the chat to be able to see. Fifth correct answer. Maybe a lot of people don't know the rules of the game, but I will tell you who got it first. So looking for the next sixth correct answer. Who's going to get it right? Somebody could just put the message in there. Not the quick slicer, no. Who's going to get it? Looking for yeah, and there we go. Sixth correct answer, Alexis. It was the measuring cups. The measuring cups. So what happened was you got it first, Alexis. You got it right. This is the rules of the game. You've got to keep commenting in the box with the answer. So well done, Alexis. You get 50 points. Well done. Okay, we've got time for one more. Where should we go in the world? Where should we go? Let me know. So the rules of that game. So we're in a place. What did I spy? You all have to guess what it is. But whoever gets the answer first doesn't necessarily first get the points. It's you have to go back through the chat to be able to check which answer I've not said, because then that's the answer. Does that make sense? And then if you comment, whoever keeps commenting has a chance of getting points. There you go. So well done, Alexis. Okay, we can do one more game, I think, very quickly. Where should we go to? Somebody give me a place anywhere in the world. Let me know. Give me a place. We've got about 5 minutes, and then we're going to make a start on the Crumpets. So we'll do one more game really quickly, and then we'll make a start. I put this jumper on again today. I've not worn this for a while, but when I first bought it, it was quite big. Well, not really big. It was quite small, and when I wore it, I felt like it had shrunk. And I put it on today, and it's perfect. It's not, usually when you've got jumpers and things, they come up at the back because you've got maybe a little bit of a belly going on. Us guys, we've got the belly going on. So when you've got a nice flat belly, it's like everything it's nice and smooth, especially for the clothes. So we'll have one more quick game then. Where would you like to travel to in the world? Just give me a place. We're off to New York. Okay, Alexis. Okay, the winner of the game will get to decide the next place. We went to Italy Weasel on Monday after the quiz. So go and watch that video back, and if you like this game. Okay, we're going to go to New York City, right? So we've just left Alexis's house. We've just eaten loads of nice food. We had those donuts from yesterday. And in fact, we actually have the donuts, and we're on our way to the airport. We've just got on the plane. We've landed at New York. What's the airport in New York? I'm not sure what it's called. But we've just landed, and we've come out of the airport, the terminal. We were in a taxi, and we've just arrived at Times Square. Okay, we're in Times Square. Actually, no, we won't be in Times Square. We've just arrived in New York in general. We'll use the whole of New York. You're in New York, okay? But so when we're in New York, what did I spy in New York? What did I spy in New York? Okay, I need to think of one first of all. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready. What did I spy in New York? I'm going to give my crumpet holders a little clean before I use them. Now, if you've got a larger pan, obviously, well, Central Park, says Linda. No, it's not Central Park. The Statue of Liberty. It wasn't the Statue of Liberty, though. I think that would have been a little bit too easy there, Alexis, if I'd said that. Although I did think of that at first. I thought, well, maybe not. We're in New York. What did I spy in New York? The Empire State Building. It wasn't the Empire State Building, no. Keep guessing. We're going to have to do this live, aren't we, at some point? D says the Empire State Building, but it wasn't the Empire State Building, no. Keep guessing. Keep guessing. If this would be really good live, I could bring everybody on the screen. That would be fun to tell your answer. New York Library. Nope, it's not the New York Library. Okay, I'll give you a clue. Okay, it's not a landmark. Okay, it's not a landmark. So don't give me landmarks. That's your clue. Grand Central Station. Nope. Not the World Trade Center. No. Not the 9/11 Memorial. No. But it's not a landmark or as such. What did I spy in New York? I could kind of give you another clue. Okay, otherwise we will be here all day. It's something quick. That's your clue. It's something quick. I'm just going to, whilst I could actually be doing my recipe later for Anne's carrot cookies. I don't think I've got it on here. Hello, Melissa. Good morning. Not the Subway. No, not the Rockefeller Center. Good morning, Melissa. So we're playing I Spy. We're in New York City. What did I spy in New York City? Something quick. It's not the Hard Rock Cafe. No, it's not McDonald's. It's not Subway. You're kind of getting close. You're on the right lines. Not a taxi. No. We're halfway through, Melissa, so we're still doing we've not made the crumpets yet. We're just letting the batter just rest. Not the Subway, no. Keep guessing, guys. A bum. Is that, do you meant to say a bun or a bum? Something quick. It's not a bum, no. I actually don't know what you mean by that, Alexis. I'm going to have to ask you about why you put that. Was that a mistake? So something quick in New York. What did I spy in New York? Okay, we're going to go for about another few more minutes on this because I want to just want to get started on these crumpets. Well, let's make a coffee quickly as well. It's not a pigeon, no. Keep guessing though, guys. Actually, I'm not going to bother with a coffee. Not Madison Square Gardens, no. It's not a landmark. Not pigeons. Okay, I'll give you another clue. If you were hungry, remember, it is a food-related thing. If you were hungry, where would you go? Where would you? I don't even know if they still have these or not. I could be completely wrong. I've never been to New York. But whenever I've seen them in the movies, they seem to have a lot of these in New York. So if you are hungry, remember, if you get the correct answer, it doesn't make you an automatic winner. Not a pizza place, no. It's not a pickpocket, no. Or Madison Square Garden. Okay, somebody's got it right, but I'm looking for the 10th correct answer here. So someone's got it right. It's not a food vendor, no. Not a food truck, but you're getting close. Okay, we've got second. 2 people have got it right. 3 people have got it right. I'm looking for the 10th correct answer. 4 people have got it right. It's not pretzels. 5 people have got it right. So 5th correct answer. I'm looking for the 10th correct answer, everybody. the 10th. Who's going to get the 50 points? 7, 8. Okay, 2 more to go. Who's going to get the point? Who's going to get the points? 9, 10. Just in there, the winner of the 50 points, it was indeed a hot dog stand. Yeah, I'll give you that if you put hot dog. Can't accept hot. Hot dog stand. Hot dog is fine. And the winner goes to, drum roll please, are you ready? It was Alexis. Alexis got the points there. You were very quick. You were all very quick. Well done, everybody. It was a hot dog stand. So if you put hot dog, I accept hot dogs. I can't accept hot. Hot dogs or hot dog stand was fine. So yeah, do they still have them in New York, the hot dog stands? So well done if you got that correct. Okay, so that's I Spy. You all know how to play it now. Use the game and play it with your followers because it is a great game to use in between things if you've got nothing to talk about, and it's really fun and interactive as well. So hopefully you enjoyed that. We do that every week after the quiz. So on a Monday, if you join me on a Monday on a quiz, we will play I Spy after the quiz, and that will be, I do the quiz at about 11:30 on a Monday, well for the moment anyway. So it would be about 12 o'clock UK time. So well done everybody. Alexis is always a winner. She is always a winner. But Alexis got the points there. So as I say, it's not about getting the answer correct. It is, but you're not the first person. It's what place, what I'm asking for gets the points. So the place in the game. It's hard to answer when you've never been. That's very true, Linda. Maybe next week, if you join me on Monday, we will go to wherever you would like to go. Should we go to? We could come to Texas. We could come to your kitchen, or anywhere else. Well, I don't think I've seen your kitchen, Linda. I'm not sure. Unless you want to send me a picture, just send me a picture on Instagram, and I'll think of something. And there you go. Okay, so let's do the crumpets then. This is what you're all here for. So I'm going to bring you back round. We're going to do these. This should be interesting. So hopefully you can see the pan. Can you all see that? Do I need to bring it a little bit forward? Let me know how the connection is. I agree with you, Alexis, in regards to the tripod. It's a great tripod. It's nice and small and light, and light to carry and things. You can't do the back flip. I think I understand how you do yours. I don't know if you touch the screen first and then flip it over, but it only goes 360. But you'd think it would go, it does go up and down, but it can't obviously go all the way around, which is a bit daft. So here's the mixture then that we've just left to sit. It's been in a nice warm place for about 15 minutes. I really hope this is going to work. I feel I can smell it. We've left it in a warm place. If these don't work, then it would mean it would need to be in a warm place a bit longer. Maybe put some cling film over the top, some of this, the wrap stuff. So maybe I should have done that. But we've left it a little bit longer, so fingers crossed. Yeah, we're making them in a pan. So the first thing then, let me just get the recipe back up, is we're going to turn on this pan. So yeah, I don't think it needs to be on high heat. Well, it needs to be on a heat, obviously, but it doesn't need to be on high, I don't think. Let me just check. So it says here, how to bake your crumpets. Place a greased metal biscuit cutter, or any shape cutter you have hand will also do the trick, in the middle of a non-stick frying pan. So it's got to be non-stick. I usually make the little pancakes on these. Let me put the light on so you can see. Hopefully the connection's okay. Okay, now it actually, usually when I'm using these, it asks to put butter around the side. So I don't know whether to put butter on the side or not. Let me just turn this on, would help. It says preheat your frying pan on a hob on a medium-high heat setting. Before you start, give your batter a stir to remove any large air bubbles. So you see the air bubbles are starting to form. Can you all see that? So that's what you want. There are air bubbles on there. That's the yeast working with the mixture. And it says use a ladle. We have a ladle here. Yeah. And we're going to pour this into the cutter inside the pan, and then we're going to leave it for 4 minutes. So I want this pan to be nice and hot. I'm just wondering whether to butter the side. So I will butter the actual edges. I'm just going to get a little bit of butter. So we're just going to go round the inside. It's just so they don't stick. If you've got a brush, use a brush. You'll see that, guys. How's the connection, everybody? Just give me a thumbs up if it's okay. I don't want it to be pixelated or anything. I'll move the tripod if I need to. So we're going to put some butter on here. I'm certain it goes the big side down. If you're watching, Alexis, can you just correct me on that if that's right? I think it is, isn't it? Is it, you know, the edges? You've got a big, large edge at the bottom, can you see? I'm certain it goes that way and not that way because it needs to rest. I think that's more metal at the bottom so it doesn't burn too much. So we're going to pop them in the pan. Thanks, Linda. Thank you. Is that good? I think that's good. And you can all see that okay, yeah? I'm going to keep the butter out because we're going to make a few of these. And each one's going to take about 5 minutes. Well, he wants to go in for 4 minutes. So I need to get a timer going as well at the same time. Let me just get that ready. Won't be a second, guys. Just letting the pan warm up slightly. Thanks, Weasel. Thank you. So preheat frying pan on a hob, medium-high heat. Before you start, give your batter a stir to remove any large bubbles. So just checking this is on. I always think that I put the wrong, I can't, my little hob things are fading. So as long as it's getting quite hot, I want it to be nice and hot before. Okay. If the connection does go pixelated or anything, can you let me know, guys? I'll keep reading the comments. So we're going to stir this mixture. Let me just get all the air bubbles out. This could go very well. It might not. It could go terribly wrong. We shall see. So just give it a stir. And then we're going to get a ladle, a little ladle. Okay, the butter's starting to melt now. And we're going to get the ladle and we're going to add this. Drop 60 grams of batter. So you want 60 grams of batter. So I don't know if I'm going to be adding too much here. And we're going to leave it for 4 minutes. I'm guessing that's 60 grams. Okay, I want it to be perfect. And I'm going to leave it for 4 minutes. Okay. So I'm just going to check if that is actually 60. I'm certain it is though. And we're going to leave for 4 minutes. So let me just put the timer on. Okay, so the timer's now on, and you want to leave it for 4 minutes. We're just going to let that cook. Move this out of the way. So 4 minutes. It looks like pancake batter. It kind of is. It's plain flour, water, and then we added in some sugar, some baking powder, and the yeast, like yeast mixture. Oh, they're starting to bubble up. Can you all see that, guys? I think these are gonna look really good. So remember to use a non-stick frying pan. Oh my god, you can see the actual crumpets, how the bubbles actually do form. I've always wondered how the bubbles form. So yeah, 4 minutes. These are Warburton's crumpets. They're actually rising up now, which is really good. Look at that, guys. Look, you can actually see the bubbles. Look, look, look. That's how the bubbles actually make. I've always wondered why crumpets are so bubbly on the top. So you're 4 minutes. That's so cool. I love it. You all see that, guys? It does, doesn't it? And I was wondering if I need to. So we've actually, yeah, we've got another minute and a half. So these are actually going to be done in a minute or so. I've got 2 minutes to go. And then we lift out the ring of the crumpet, lift the ring off the crumpet, remove the baked crumpet from the pan. If it looks a bit gooey, flip it over in the pan for a couple of seconds. So this is the timer so far. 2 minutes 16. Now these get really, really hot, so try and use some of the use something to get them out with. It's just the similar. We have the same things, Alexis. I got these about 10 years ago. So we've got another minute and 15 seconds. So these will need to be flipped over. So make sure you've got something ready to flip them over with. I'm going to use. You can actually use a fish knife. I've got a fish. You need one of these as well to flip it over with. So we've got another 50 seconds to go. So we're going to flip it over for a few seconds. So this is the first time I've ever made these. Yeah, they're called crumpets. We call them English muffins. It's funny though, we don't call them English muffins though, because muffins over here are completely different things. So we've got 20 seconds to go. So 20 seconds, we're going to lift the lid off. Then we're going to flip them over. They look amazing. The edges have just formed. So when I take this off and I flip this over, a few seconds, we'll give it an extra 10 seconds. Are you ready then, guys? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. And let's take this off. 1 second. Ah, yes. That is what. Oh, it's stuck a little bit. Sorry, everybody. It's just stuck. It's really, really hot. Remember, this is the first one I've ever made, ever in my life. So I'm going to flip this over. So a couple of seconds. Let's get a quick plate. Remember, these can be toasted as well. A couple of seconds. Okay, because it fell off, that's not too bad. So there we go. Obviously, it's not the best because it's the first one I've ever done in my life, but that ain't too bad. It's a little bit crispy on the edge. Maybe the pan was too hot. But they smell like crumpets. Okay, let's do another one then. We're going to do another one. Let's just take off that. We're going to try it without the butter in the middle. They taste nice. Maybe a little bit longer. I might have added a little bit too much of the batter in there, but let's try another one then. Remember, medium to high heat. Maybe not so much batter either. So it was perfect at the beginning. So that's the first crumpet, guys. Can you all see? Yeah, the reason they would go in the toaster. So that's not to eat now. This is pre-baked. So this is going to go in the toaster so it cooks. So you can put that in your toaster. These are the ones where you do them before the toaster. You can't just eat them straight away. Just so you all know that. You must make sure you toast them afterwards. So then just remember that, everybody. I'm making these so you put them in the toaster afterwards. They need to go into a toaster, okay? So these are the pre-made ones. These are the ones you get in the shops. So when you wonder when you go into a shop, the crumpets are all made. You don't eat them raw. You put them in the toaster. Okay. So I've got to start the timer again. We'll give it 3 minutes this time. I was talking for a minute or so. So I'm going to put one in the toaster in a moment. So that's how they turn out when you buy them from the shop. Then you've got to warm them up. Okay, just so you know that. So you're all probably thinking, oh, I'm not going to eat them raw. So you can make loads of these up, freeze them, and then toast them. I think I'm going to leave it a little bit longer as well on the other side. Now, I didn't put any butter around the ring, so fingers crossed this one's going to come out. As I say, the more you get used to making these, you know, they will eventually, you know, because these are the first few that I'm making, they're not going to be the best. I remember the first time I made one of the banana pancakes. It wasn't the best in the world, but you sort of get used to the timings and things. So we've got about another 2 minutes to go. About a minute and a half. And also don't forget the pan's nice and hot now, so they'll be nice and crispy on the bottom. Yeah, I think maybe there's a lot. I don't use as much batter in them because on the top they're not going to cook on the top. Could maybe put over a lid over the top maybe, and it would do the top ones. But yeah, that looks really good. The crumpet is perfect. The first one that I made. So about 40 seconds to go. I think it might be burning on the top. Remember. Yeah, this. Let's go around it a minute. This might be a little bit of a disaster because I didn't put any butter on the edges. So make sure you put some margarine around the sides. I'm not the best at getting these out. It's very hot. There we go. It's really, really hot. Sorry guys, I'll be a minute. I'm going to flip this over. See how it's starting to burn on the side. So make sure to put butter around the edges. So about 20 seconds. We'll give it a little bit longer. Don't forget these are going to go into the toaster anyway. So, and each crumpet, if you wanted to know the points, is about 9. I think it's 9. There you go. That's a bit better, isn't it? So even though that's a little bit more crispy, I left that one a little bit longer. You could probably eat that one now if you wanted to, but I like to let them cool down and then put them in the toaster. But they're looking really good. Like, let's do another one. Let's what do we think so far, guys? Fresh crumpets. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. So I'm just going to put some butter on around the rim. It just stops them all from sticking. That problem we just had. The ring on there. Is that the right way around? Don't think it is. Put it on the wrong way. Okay, let's add in some more batter. So it says it makes about 6, so I'm probably, we're getting there slowly. So has anybody got any questions? Yeah, about 9 points. About 6, Alexis, about 6. You could maybe put a lid over the top to let the top bake, do its thing at the top rather than flipping it over, but it only needs a couple of seconds. So they get in there, guys. These are them so far. You see how nice and thick they are. That one, that's the second one. That was the first one. But as I say, you put these in the toaster, they'll warm through. So they're not as bubbly on the top. But as I say, they are the first ones. I forgot to put the timer on again. Let me try and bring you down a bit. Oops. Sorry, guys. Let me just unplug you for 1 second. So remember, it's 4 minutes for them to cook. Maybe use a little bit less batter, I think. I'm just going to put you back. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people are saying they're called English muffins. We'll call them English muffins then. I don't know why we adopted the term crumpet. I don't know where that's come from. Okay, about another minute or so. They look perfect, but maybe they're just a little bit. I don't know how to do the tops very well, so I need to practice. The mixture's perfect. It's just the batter on the top. I don't know how they do the tops without just flipping them over. Okay, so about 30 seconds. Okay. That's fine. Take these out. Really hot. Oh, I've just messed that one up because my hand was burning. Flip this over. We'll save it. I'll burn that one. So I'm basically showing you what could go wrong. So let me turn my pan down a bit now. So as I say, this is what food and cooking is all about, making mistakes and learning from them. You know, what can work well and what doesn't. So yeah, maybe turn your pan down as it gets a bit hotter. Take that off. But that's not too bad. Some people like their crumpets really, really crispy on the edge. But remember, these are all going to go in the toaster. So we've got 3 so far. Okay, let's do another one. I've turned the pan down a bit. Let's put some more butter on the edge. In fact, let's get the other. I've got another one here. So just a quick clean of that. But I think if you make these yourself, I think they'll turn out probably better than mine. Okay, put a little bit more butter on the edges. Put that in. And we'll try a little bit less batter, but it says a ladle, so. Yeah, we'll put a little bit more in. Okay, we'll set the timer. And then leave them for 4 minutes. Oh, I've got some messages coming through. Definitely give it a go. The problem I'm having is getting that bubble effect on the tops without turning it over. That's the biggest thing. So if anybody knows a way, see these, it's perfect bubbles on the top. I mean, they are going to go in the toaster anyway. Maybe use less batter, but they cook perfectly inside. As I say, that's probably the perfect one that I've done so far. As I say, when I turned it over, it just gets rid of all the. But that's perfect. It's perfect crumpets. They're perfect. They smell so nice. They've risen nicely and they are fresh. But I'm going to put them in the toaster. Hi Anne, new pan. No, this is one that I made. Not one that I made. One that I made earlier. No, this is one that I use for pancakes. Just a small non-stick pan. I need to get ready for your scope shortly because we're going to be doing some carrot cookies as well later. So full day. So 4 minutes, remember. There must be a way to do the tops without having to turn it over. Whoops. Don't know what that was. But yeah, these are perfect. Well, I'm going to make a coffee after I've done this, and then, well, we can do another one actually. Yeah, I think we're going to have enough for 6. Yeah, there will be enough for 6. So I've definitely done the correct portion amount. We'll have it with a coffee for breakfast. You could have crumpets with egg on the top. You could have it with some salmon. There's lots of different ways you can do crumpets. I'm surprised we don't actually have a national crumpet day. Like we have pancake day, but we don't have crumpet day. I've turned the pan down as well, so that could also be a factor. It's got to be a medium-high heat. I actually had it on high medium, so that's probably why they burn a little bit on the bottom. And they got a little bit too crispy. So 1.5 minutes to go. Look at them. That one's looking perfect, actually. Oh, excuse me. Okay, another minute to go. 60 seconds. That's looking good. Oh, it's actually forming more, that one. There must be a way to do the tops. Maybe they use a scraper to get rid of the batter and then... Because I really like that bubble effect on the top without having to turn it over. So 30 seconds. This one's looking good. This one's looking the best so far. 50, about 20 seconds to go. This one's looking good, everybody. You all see that? That one's looking good. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then this is where it all goes wrong. Oh, it's stuck. Where's my other knife gone now? No. I've lost my other knife. I just give it a shake. Oh, there we go. Look at this. Look at that one, everyone. I'll flip it over. I think this is the best one so far. Look at that. A little bit longer on the other. Oh, yeah. It's like it nice and crispy at the edge. We're going to still put it in the toaster, though. We've got one more left to do. Oh, yes. That's the perfect one, guys. That is the one. That is the image. I'm going to do one more, though. I'm not putting any butter on it, this one. Last one, then. In fact, maybe I didn't use as much in some of the first ones because I've got a little bit of batter left. Let's put all that in. Make an extra large one. And I'm going to put one of these now in the toaster. So we've got crumpets. So they're not the best, but I want to put one of these in the first one that I made into the toaster and show you what it looks like. So I'm just going to put it in the toaster for about a minute. So it's called yeast. Yeast. It's not. I believe it is well. It's not a mold. It's just a living bacteria. Oh, sorry, Linda. Yeah, but yeah, it's yeast. There's so many different terms, isn't there? But when I think of mold, I think of like dirt and grease and stuff like that. But yeah, it's true what it's called. Okay, let me set the timer again. So we'll give it 3 minutes 30 now on this one because it's been in for 30 seconds already. And then we're going to have this with a little bit of butter. You would like one with raspberry jam. This is the first time I've ever made these. I'm really, well, hopefully it'll taste nice. I've really impressed myself. But you see how on the last one, even though I turned the pan down, it needs to be on a sort of medium heat. Just make sure the pan's hot. So compared to the first one that I'm about to eat, but that was the last one I made. Oh, sorry, that mold. They're just crumpet biscuit cutters, crumpet holders. So the crumpet's nearly done. I like to just check it. Okay, so the first one that I did, I just put into the toaster. You can see how it's gone a little bit browner. So I'm going to try one of these whilst that one's still cooking. Got another 2 minutes on that. Let's have a little taste. I'll just get a little tip for you if you're on Weight Watchers is use a spoon, a teaspoon, to measure out how much butter to put on your crumpet. So another minute. Let's have a little taste of this. In fact, let me. Well, I'll wait. No, I'm going to taste this. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is delicious. That has got to be the best crumpet I've ever had in my life. That is so nice, everybody. You've got to make these. That is really, really good. Really, 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 really good. That is so good, guys. These will last for a few days as well. A few more seconds. Let's just take this one out. I turned the pan down, so I hope this is going to be all right. Quite a lot in this one. Yeah, it's a bit more of the batter in this one. Okay, flip that over and get rid of this. They've turned out rather nice. Let's get rid of that. I don't need that. So remember, I think don't use as much batter. Make them a little bit smaller. And then it's just finding a way to actually just make sure you don't need to flip them all the time. So thank you, Dimitri, for the Yummy Award. There we go. So they're not the best in the world, but because of the first ever ones that I've just made, they're not too bad. So let me just lift the camera up. Hopefully the connection's all right. There we go, guys. So these are the crumpets. As I say, they are made. That was the last one. They're not too bad. They are made so that you can put them in the toaster. So cook them. I think that's the best one so far. That was the perfect size. So to try and make them all like that. Try to do them where, you know, you don't need to flip them over, but that's maybe a tip to get used to. Maybe putting a cover over it. I don't know. You slice yours in half and toast them. Yeah, you could do that as well. Oh, yeah, I think you're thinking of a different type of muffin. These are not muffins. These are crumpets. They're completely different. You're thinking of the ones that, yeah, I know which ones you're thinking of. There's English muffins and there's crumpets. Crumpets are different to English muffins. Crumpets are more, they have bubbles on the top. They should have bubbles on the top. So they are different. That's the perfect one, by the way, I should say. But they'd normally have a lot more bubbles on the top. You're thinking of English muffins. They're similar. These are kind of like similar English muffins, but they're not crumpets. Crumpets need to be buttered on the top. You don't cut into a crumpet. Okay, they're completely different. the different two English muffins. So I know what you're thinking of. Because I have had English muffins before. I'll try and show you some. So they can go into the toaster. So just to warm through and then put butter on the top. Some people have them with Marmite or all sorts of different stuff. But yeah, what I would say is use less batter. Try and get away to, instead of flipping them over, because then they bubble up nicely. And yeah, and then put them in the toaster. So you can freeze these once they've cooled down, and then just warm them through in a toaster. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Not the best, but that's not too bad to say I've just made them. Not the best. They're not the best compared to the actual real things, but it's still definitely worth it. Give it a try. Yeah, I think you could definitely try these. That's the perfect one from today. But they taste amazing. So even though these are not the best ones, I'm still going to eat them. So let me put another one in the toaster. Warm it through. And then I shall end the broadcast, and then I shall see you at about 3:30. So in about 3.5 hours time, I'm going to be live with Anne Rush, and we're doing some carrot cookies. So they shouldn't take too long, but they are really tasty. So if you want to go and give it a try, it is a little bit time consuming, but as I say, if you want the recipe, because you'll all be wondering, where's the recipe? Yeah, you've got to let them cool, and they must go in the toaster. You can't just cook these and then eat them straight away. They must go in the toaster, because there's likely there's a little bit of batter still either on the top, or once they've cooled down, they'll be a little bit raw, but they're meant to be like that. So when you put them in the toaster, they bake and they get nice and crispy and toasty. I'm going to show you the next one in the toaster, but how they should be, like the color that they should be. They won't be this like white color, even though it's crispy on the bottom. They're sort of pre-baked. You want to just warm them through. Toast them is the best thing to do. Here's the recipe then, guys. This is how they should look. Hello, I'm Mr. Crumpet. So yeah, they're not too bad. That's the best one I've done so far. But you see how on the top they should bubble up. They did bubble up, but because I had to flip them, they ended up. But I think that's not too bad. So if you want the recipe, guys, I shall post it on Haps. And yeah, Warburton's Crumpets. Okay, here we go. This one ain't too bad. So they're not. That's how it should be once it's been in the toaster. Maybe a little bit browner, depending on how you like them. So I'm going to spin you round, bring you down. First thing for everything, isn't it? First time for everything. And we're going to put a little bit of butter on here, not too much. Let's get another spoon. And there we go, look at that, guys. So I'm going to end the broadcast, guys. So thank you for watching. Oops. Hopefully you've enjoyed the broadcast. And yeah, freshly made crumpets, everybody. In fact, let me put them all on so you can see. Okay, it's not the best one, but there you go. So thanks for watching, guys. I shall see you very soon. I'm not eating these three. I'm just showing you for the picture. That's how it should look. So see you all later about 3:30 for carrot muffins. Thank you for watching, everybody. Remember to subscribe and follow. Download the Haps